Welcome to Eternity Roadshow. This week we are in beautiful Boca Raton, Florida. Whenever we show up in a town with our appraisers, people line up to learn the eternal value of their most prized possessions. Get ready for history, surprises, and excitement on this episode of Eternity Roadshow. Stay tuned.
Share with us what you have brought to the Roadshow today.
Well, this is a table that I've had for about 15 or 20 years. I bought it from a very reputable dealer. I will have to be really honest and say I spent a lot of money to get this.
Sure you did.
But I do have a certificate of authenticity, and it allegedly belonged to George Washington. And he used to keep his wooden false teeth in here, I understand. Unfortunately, the certificate has disappeared. My dogs, Chester and Francesca, got a hold of it one day, so I don't have the certificate anymore, but I've had numerous offers. I'm holding out for the top offer.
I'm sure you are. Now, I have to tell you, as soon as you placed this item back on our table, my associates and I could hardly hold back our glee. Many of my associates have been looking for decades for a piece such as this. I have never seen one in the flesh, only reproduced in books. Now, I have to tell you, what we have before us today, is an authentic Boston Bay colonial federal cheese table. This is the type of table which our founding fathers used to place their cheese on. Now, I have to tell you, I've not seen such a perfect specimen. Let's take a look inside, and you can look right here at the seam. Pure craftsmanship. This obviously is southern old-timey pine, bonded together with an old Chinese walnut veneer. Now, you might be wondering, what in the world could this rare piece be worth?
I know it's very valuable. As I said, I paid a lot of money for it. I've had some really great offers, but I want the top dollar for it if I'm going to sell it.
My colleagues back at the table and I have gotten together and we have come up with a price we think will surprise you. This table, in this condition, at this moment, in your hands, at auction, from an eternal standpoint, is worth absolutely nothing.
What? You don't know what you're talking about.
He's surprised. You're welcome.
What have you brought us today?
Well, I picked this up at an estate sale this past summer and I just fell in love with it. I hope it's worth something.
First, do you have any idea what the eternal value of the piece might be?
No, something good, I hope.
Okay, let's see here. First, want to show you the markings here on the bottom of the piece. That is early Ming Dynasty, circa 1578 AD. Impressive. Hand painting, superb. Oh, here, little fracture here on the lip, but very little color loss. That's beautiful. Okay, we take a look inside of the piece. You can see the color extends all the way down to the base of the vase. This is truly a fine specimen. Any collector would be delighted to have it in their collection. Are you ready to know its eternal value?
Yes.
Absolutely nothing. Oops.
My wife and I bought this several years ago at an auction, and it is really very special to us. It's like one of the family. We hang it in our bathroom.
And do you know very much about this portrait?
No, I really don't. I think we paid about $2,000 for it.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, I can tell you that this artist, Nek Nothgor, was something of a pioneer in the previous century. He had a rare use of both watercolor and oil. He was mainly painting between the 1910s and the 40s. He used a rather avant-garde style that was a precursor to a very famous movement known as Tchotchkeism. And there are really very few of his works in existence. So what do you think about that?
Well, that's pretty impressive. We knew that it was something special.
Yeah, well, it certainly is. Now, if we take a closer look, there is a little bit of damage to the canvas right down in here. It looks like somebody took a pencil or a pen to it somewhere down in here. Do you have children?
Yeah.
Well, see, that could be the case. However, that could easily be removed. I do not think that it would have much to do with its eternal value.
Oh, yeah.
In this portrait, we see something very interesting because Nek Novgorod often did not use a very attractive expression. Many of his portraits were very dour, and so this is very unusual. It's sort of a departure from his signature work and the work of Tchotchkeism. It's a rarity. It's in good condition. It's a real find. And I can also tell you that a few years ago, the market for Nek Novgorod's work really took off. It was just as hot as it could be. And it has only gotten better. So what did you say you paid for this?
$2,000.
Well. I think you're just absolutely going to be blown away. Because it's such a rarity and it's in such a hot market and such a highly sought after expression, the value of this portrait, if I were going to praise it for insurance purposes and in an eternal context, of course, would be zero, zip, nada.
Holy bananas. You sure?
Yes, that's absolutely nothing. Your item has an eternal value of zilch.
Oh, my wife is going to be very disappointed.
Our guests have had quite a time this week. I know I have. That's all the time we have. We'll see you next week on Eternity Roadshow.